Good evening po sa lahat.
Opo, nitong mga nakalipas na araw po, attorney, naririnig natin lalo na sa side po ng prosecution yung mga nais nila na mangyari dito po sa pagmamarka ng mga dokumento, no? Meron silang mga sinasabi na parang natatanong yata kung bakit pareho sila ng mga dokumentong ginagamit, tapos bakit hindi na lang ipagsabay yung pagmamarka nito, bakit kailangan pa ng separate. Meron din silang gusto na dapat gawin ng depensa, parang gusto na nila na sila na lang magdesisyon po. Pero sa regular po na ganito pong proseso, ano po yung mga patakaran ukol po dito, attorney?
Well, if we will follow the traditional pre-trial proceedings in courtrooms kasi itong pre-trial proceeding, hindi ito normal in an impeachment case. Though I must submit that during the time of the Estrada impeachment, there was a pre-trial hearing. But in the case of Chief Justice Corona in 2012, wala pong pre-trial hearing. So depende talaga yan sa Senado, no, if they will conduct a pre-trial hearing. But granting for the sake of argument na dito inallow yung pre-trial, yung prosecution una ang magmamark ng evidence at saka yung prosecution cannot dictate on the defense as to how they will likewise mark their evidence. So una talaga yan ang prosecution, pagkatapos yung depensa naman ang magmamark ng kanilang evidence. Ang problema lamang dito ay a number of documentary evidences and even witnesses are similar, no? Pero just because there are a number of documents which are likewise the documents for the defense, does not mean that the prosecution can now dictate upon the defense as to when should it mark. The defense can mark their evidences after the marking of the prosecution shall have been finished. Yan po ang ordinary rules po dyan sa korte na pre-trial na ginagawa.
Meron pong nabanggit yung sa depensa na may pagkakataon na sinasabing same daw yung dokumento pero may missing na pahina doon sa prosecution, sa kanila kompleto. Meron din daw na same daw na dokumento pero yung isa photocopy, yung isa certified true copy, attorney. So okay lang na magkaroon talaga ng separate iba yung pagmamarka ng hawak ng depensa at prosecution.
Yes, yes. Wala talaga sa rules yan na ang prosecution na ngayon ang magde-determine kung kailan mag-mark yung defense. The prosecution cannot dictate upon the defense, the other side, as to when it will mark, no? Kasi una talaga yung prosecution. And this is made more important, more relevant in the light of the fact na yun nga may mga exhibits yung prosecution na wala naman marka pala yung likod. At saka yung iba, certified true copies. Ang iba, hindi certified. Photocopies lang. So, with more reason that the defense should be given the chance to observe first insofar as the evidences marked by the prosecution is concerned. Kasi, ang rule kasi dito, yung prosecution has the burden of proof. No? Has the burden of proof. So, the defense has the right to look at the evidences being marked first by the prosecution. And the prosecution cannot dictate the defense as to what to do and when to do it. that's the right being enjoyed by the defense. Kaya nga kami, most of the time, lawyer kami na akusado in criminal cases, no? Or even in administrative cases, tingnan muna namin kung yung mga ebidensya na ba nila na minamark, would it be sufficient to, find in civil cases preponderance of evidence? Kasi baka kung hindi makaabot ng preponderance of evidence doon, so we have the right to determine also which of the documents we are going to mark, no? Yan ang yan ang proceeding, yan ang ginagawa natin in ordinary proceedings, and I cannot see why that cannot be followed also in impeachment cases.
Opo, normal lang din po ba na halimbawa during pretrial pa nga meron ng puna itong prosecution, no? Patungkol nga dito sa kalaban nila sa depensa, meron pa silang pagsasabing tunog lata, meron pa silang mga puna, bakit hindi daw humarap ng personal ang pangalawang Pangulo. Sinasabi nilang may mga mali na ginawa ang depensa or sa panig ng pangalawang Pangulo. Hindi po ba kung sa totoong buhay, kung nakikita mo ang kalaban may gumagawa ng mali, hayaan mo lang? Ano ba ang ting- tingin mo dito, attorney?
Parang ang sa tingin ko lang they are playing with the people, with the pulse of the people. They want to make it appear na malakas yung kaso nila at yung depensa ay mahina. Nakakalimutan nila na sila ang may burden of proof. Sila ang nang-aakusa, kinakailangan talaga na sila yung mag properly mark ng evidence because they have the burden of proof. So yung mga tunog lata na mga atake nila, that's I think improper and I think uncalled for likewise. Kasi the defense only has to mark evidences which it feels is enough for them to disprove the charge. No? Yun lang yun kasi wala namang obligasyon yung depensa to actually prove the innocence of the of the respondent. It is the burden on the part of the prosecution to prove the guilt, no? Or dito na nakomit nila yung crime. Kung hindi nakomit, ordinarily sa korte, meron pa ngang pwede pa nga kaming mag-file ng demurrer to the evidence in ordinary civil cases, no? And even in criminal cases. So, it is a matter of strategy on the part of the defense na titingnan nila, wala naman kaming burden dito. Kayo man ang burden. So, tingnan muna namin kung ano yung mga ebidensya na minamark ninyo. Kasi kung sa tingin namin hindi naman enough yun, wag nyo kaming sisihin. Kasi burden nyo yan trabaho nyo yan na i-prove yung mga paratang ninyo. And to comment that the defense is tunog lata is uncalled for and improper also. Dapat stick lang sila kung ano yung mga ebidensya na wag na yung mga side comments.
May gabi, sir. Si MJ po ito. Sir, marami
Yes,
po
sir.
ang mga nagsasabi at nagtataka doon sa pahayag na pwede raw ang surprise witness sa impeachment trial na mismo. Di ba po yan ang sinusolve ngayon sa pre-trial conference?
Yes, actually, yung surprise witnesses, once there is already a pre-trial order, I believe that the impeachment court will issue a pre-trial order. In law, when I teach my students, para maintindihan, once there is already a pre-trial order, it becomes the Bible of the case. So if it is the Bible of the case, it defines the parameters upon which the case shall be tried by the court. In this case, the impeachment court. Now, if there are witnesses that are not included there, as a general rule, hindi ka pwede mag-present ng surprise witnesses. Katakot-takot na debate yan ang mangyayari niyan, no? Kasi nga po, lahat ng mga witnesses mo i-identify mo na doon sa pre-trial proper at saka kinakailangan na kinakailangan na nandun sa lahat ng mga lahat ng mga armamento mo nandun nakasaad na sa pre-trial order except lang kung may express reservation ka. And under the rules, even ordinary rules now, of court, the reservation should be specific. It should be specific in the sense that there should be identification of who shall be that witness and the nature of his testimony. And as a matter of fact, if it is documentary evidence, you should describe it in advance. It is just that during the pre-trial, it was not with you, but you have to describe it with specificity. Yan yung requirement na ngayon po sa ating rules of court insofar as documentary evidences are concerned and witnesses are concerned.
Pero kung itutuloy yun, sir, yung surprise witness, quote-unquote, ano yun? Magandang halimbawa ba yun sa mga nag-aaral ngayon ng abogasya, yung kumukuha ngayon ng abogasya?
Mahirapan na tayo magturo niyan sa law school niyan. Meron nga ako nakita sa Facebook, I don't know if it is true, na ipapa-present daw nila yung sheriff daw na allegedly nabugbog VP Sara at the time when she was mayor. You know, I could never forget that case because at that time, I was governor of the Integrated Bar of the Philippines for Eastern Mindanao. And I think the what you call this, the yung mga media, mass media noon, nag-file ng disbarment case against VP Sara, then Mayor Sara Duterte. Yung mga taktik na yan, dapat hindi na yan i-allow, no? Hindi talaga yan i-allow. Kasi in the first place, ang impeachment complaint here is based on the third impeachment complaint as well as the fourth impeachment complaint. The so-called third Sabalya complaint and the fourth Cabrera complaint. In the Sabalya as well as the Cabrera complaint, walang nakasaad doon about niyang, I don't know kung totoo ba yung pinapatawag nila yung sheriff, no? Surprise witnesses nga are, as a general rule, disallowed unless lang if you can provide compelling reason, no, in the interest of justice, na ma-prove mo yan doon sa korte na mismo. But whatever may be the ruling of the court may open the door on the part of the defense to question it before the Supreme Court, and in this case, in the impeachment, kasi grave abuse of discretion amounting to lack or excess of jurisdiction. Due process requires that during the pre-trial proper, any and all evidences have to be stated, not only stated, it has to be marked in evidence so that there will be no surprises. Yun po.
Opo, din ito pong tax records ni VP at ni second gentleman, Manscarpio. Ano, pakipaliwanag nga po ito, sir, batay po sa batas at sa pag-aaral po nito, to be allowed sa impeachment, sa isang Senate impeachment court?
Well, na-cite na namin yan, no? Nung nag-file kami ng petition sa Korte Suprema. That's one of the issues I believe that we raised there because if you note, as a general rule, yung mga tax returns kasi, yung SALN ba yun, no? Ang rule kasi niyan under Section 270 of the National Internal Revenue Code, no? Bawal na bawal po on the part of the BIR, no? To divulge to any person, no? Or makes known or any other manner may be provided by law information regarding the business, income, or estate of any taxpayer, no? May exception lang dyan, yung Section 20A, no? Yung Section 20A, no? Nakasaad dyan, the Commissioner shall, upon request of Congress and in aid of legislation, furnish its appropriate committee pertinent information, including but not limited to industry audits, collection performance data, status reports in criminal actions, no? Etc. etc. Pero ang nakasaad kasi dito, that Congress must be in session and in aid of legislation. Impeachment ito eh. So it does not fall under the exception provided under Section 20A of the National Internal Revenue Code. So medyo delikado po yan. Ang BIR niyan, kung i-disclose nila yan, baka magkaroon ng what you call this, ng liability. At saka, well, they may use as a reason, hindi naman yung BIR yung nag-o-open no? But nevertheless, the spirit of the law is such that it is still covered by confidentiality rule, and it is my humble submission that such cannot be allowed because another reason also can be provided. Nowhere in the Cabrera complaint as well as in the Sabalya complaint did Sabalya or Cabrera specify, no, the SALN which are questionable, no? So, since it is not, no ultimate facts was properly pleaded in the Sabalya complaint as well as in the Cabrera complaint, then it cannot be used in evidence in any proceeding, much more impeachment proceeding. Yan po ang aking humble stand on the matter.
Opo, dito naman po sa isa po sa